Hello and welcome everyone. I am so excited to be back and sorry about my background. It's doing funny things as they sometimes do. I really got to get myself a green screen somehow so that doesn't happen, but all good. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Crystal Hill. I am the founder and CEO of Hill House Publishing and a soul leadership mentor. And my mission with Hill House Publishing is to bring passionate, heart-centered entrepreneurs together who are here on a mission to awaken and empower humanity. That is really what I love doing. So with me today, I have the beautiful Haben. Welcome, Haben. He's one of our amazing contributors. And why don't you introduce yourself to everyone, share where you're from and how you found this book.
Okay, so my name is Haben Delallata. I'm from Houston, Texas area. Who am I? I am a wife for 24 years. We just celebrated our anniversary Sunday. I am a mother of 5 children. I am an author. I'm an intuitive writer. I love learning from life. And then sharing what I've learned with others so that maybe they won't feel alone. Maybe they will find a shortcut, something, anything valuable I feel that I've learned in my life. I try to share that vulnerably with others.
And I feel like that is your superpower. It really is. Your heart is so big. And I know that you have a mission to help women to step into their own divine feminine essence, into really feeling comfortable in their bodies. And do you want to share what's coming up, like what you are creating?
Yeah. So first of all, I really feel it's important for women, everyone really, to understand their intuition. And when we can understand who we are and what really makes our heart just, come alive, and just our whole body really to come alive, that's what we should be that's what we should be doing. That's what we should be walking towards. Because I feel like when we are expressing ourselves at our highest expression, we just there's just nothing that can keep us from creating a better world. Like, I think we're all here to learn what that highest expression is, and then just lean into it and just be the person no one else can be for this planet. And I really help women to be able to do that, to understand their intuition, be aligned with their source, and then connect with their partners, with their children, with their sisters, with their community, because the world really needs women to stand up right now.
I love that. And what you said, what really stood out for me is that sentence, be the person that nobody else can be, because nobody can do what you do the way you do it. We are all so unique, and we really have to release that mindset of comparison and looking to others of what they're doing and, oh, I should be doing this as well. And this whole shoulding, we just need to let that go and
Yes.
come into the way that you're sharing, like just embracing who we are and celebrating who we are and living life with just so much more joy and gratitude.
We're in a
And
new age now. Yeah,
yeah,
we either have to learn to be able to release what's keeping us down, or we're going to struggle. Instead of riding the wave, we're going to try to be pushing the wave back, and that's just exhausting. It's so much more enjoyable to go with the flow of life, of the universe, of your heart. Yeah.
absolutely. So let's talk about your chapter in Inspired Living. And we are talking about that. It's the subtitle is A Guide to Ignite Joy and Prosperity. Tell us a little bit about your journey and what your chapter is about.
Okay, so my chapter is called Intrinsic Knowing: The Secret to Unleashing the Wild Woman Within. So as I started writing this book, or my chapter in this book, at first I really thought I was just going to be able to pound it out. I just thought, oh, that's, I write all the time. I'm constantly publishing on Facebook, but so I was like, I had so many things I had to do, and I set aside a weekend for me to get this book done. But what I realized was I had to do 5 chapters before I could really distill what it was that women need to hear from me right now today. And it was kind of like a journey of healing for me. Like, it starts in my childhood. It talks about my mom and how she created this protective environment for me to grow up in. And then it moves on to meeting more children my age, and how, they didn't, they didn't know what to do with me because I was like, hi. And then me taking that internally as them rejecting me, and then how I lived my life after that because of that thought that I had to play a game in order to be accepted and loved. And I think so many of us do this, so many of us get reactions from people that aren't even really about us, but we internalize them. And so I kind of walk you through how I how my childhood changed into a really depressed teenager. And then I moved into marriage because I partly thought the marriage was going to save me, and it didn't save me. And I was really pissed off about that, so, and just learning that when I learned about femininity, the divine feminine, that it really helped me to reflect on myself and to be able to take radical responsibility and experience radical forgiveness for myself, for my husband. And as soon as I did that, my marriage turned on a dime, and it just became this beautiful, fertile, rich soil for me to grow in. And my husband is just this amazing man that has always been there. I just couldn't see him, and I want this for all women. But it started with me. It started with me being responsible and understanding my superpowers as a female, as a divine female, and releasing things that were not my responsibility, and allowing other people to rise and honor their journey, honor my journey. And then the beautiful synchronicity that occurred when that happened.
It is such a powerful message, and you truly, with 20 years of marriage experience, and you really have the experience. And this story, the narrative of society, that again is changing now, where we finish high school, we study, we get a job, we get married, we have kids, and we live happily ever after.
Yeah.
But and that's where it stops. They marry and they live happily ever after. But this whole journey in the interrelationship of marriage, and the work that needs to happen, and the mirrors that are being given to us through our partner, that's not what's talked about. So everybody feels guilty when it's not happening ever after.
Right. Or that their marriage is broken, or that they're broken. You know what I mean? And it's just not true. It's just a process. And if I had known that as a young woman going into my marriage, going into my motherhood career, if I had understood my responsibility and how to honor me, then I could have just been, I don't want to say that I regret anything, because I don't, because it brought me here where I am. But if I can help someone else in someone else's marriage or relationships, then if you guys can get to the good parts faster, like, that's what this world needs. It needs people to get to the good parts faster.
Yeah, I love that. Exactly. Such important work. Now, tell me a little bit about, you've already talked about your journey, and that it was this beautiful process of transformation for you, and really crystallizing and clarifying this message and this mission that you're stepping into now, as it was, that's always been within you, but that's been clarified through this. Like, who would you recommend a journey like this to?
The journey that I went through, or who do I recommend read my chapter?
No, actually, the journey of coming into a container to become a contributor in a multi-author book.
Oh man. So it's very interesting, because I came in, I'm going to give you just a little bit of backstory. I came in after saying a prayer, and I was like, Heavenly Father, you're telling me that I need to cultivate my craft of being a writer. But right now, the only platform I have is Facebook, and I feel like I need a better platform. I need to be able to reach more people. I just had that prayer. I opened Facebook, and my last mentor was interviewing you, and the Spirit immediately was like, "This is your next step." And so I just was like, "Hey, Crystal, I'm really drawn to this. I felt your energy, Crystal, and I feel your mission, and I was just attracted to that and drawn to that. I really didn't understand that it's really just this beautiful vehicle to prosper, to kind of help your business. I didn't understand that was part of it. I just wanted to write for you. I just wanted to be part of this book because I didn't have any of that. And I had to be the whole time, hey, Crystal, what do I do next? You know what I mean? And so for me, if you are drawn to this, don't ask why. Don't ask why, because you don't have to be, you don't have to have a business. You don't have to have any of those things. The journey is the process is in the journey. And that's what I've really learned from this the most, is that don't worry about the how. It's you moving towards this inspired action. Everything will come as you move forward. And I had to overcome a lot of fears, to be able to do this, and a lot of insecurities. But I don't regret any of it, because I am so much happier. And to be able to say that you're a published author, to be able to say that you're a #1 international best-selling author, it's like, and it's not even about that. It's more about your influence just grows exponentially. And so I just am so excited to be part of this, the beautiful energy that's here, the people I'm getting to work with, and, the collaborations that are happening because of this. Crystal, you just set this up so well. You make it so effortless. And even for someone who's never done this before, and even people who have been part of other book collaborations are talking about how you just make it so seamless. All we have to do is the writing.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And you've really been on a fast track journey. It's like, oh, I just want to write a chapter in a book. Oh, business opportunity. Yes, hell yes. I'm doing that now. That's part of what I need to do in order to share this message that I'm passionate about. I'm doing it all. So you've been an incredible, person to be around, and I've loved watching and witnessing and helping you on your journey. And if you who are listening would like to get your hands on a copy of our book, Inspired Living, we are launching June 24th across the world on that day. You can already get a preview of who else is in this group, in this book, by getting our Inspired Living free masterclass at crystalhill.com/buy Inspired Living, where many of the contributors are sharing a 2-minute top tip for living an inspired life that has really come out of their life journey and their experience. So there's a great variety in this masterclass, and you'll really get a feel for these people, because sometimes on video something else comes across that maybe doesn't come across in the writing. You just get another angle, a different perspective. Of course, in the book, they're going very deeply into how they came to those tips and what's inspired them and what their journey has been. So I invite all of you to get the masterclass so that you register also and be informed on the 24th when the book is ready to be purchased. So thank you again, Haben, for being here, for sharing your light and your passion and your message with everyone. And if you would like to be in our next book, it is called Inspired Entrepreneurs: Embracing the Magic of Your Soul Mission. And it's really also for 2 types of people. It's for the person who's been on this entrepreneurial journey for a long time, but it's also for the person who is just getting used to calling themselves an entrepreneur. And that was me. I've been a coach for over 10 years, but I never would have said I'm an entrepreneur. But now, like when we say, okay, it's time to up level in our businesses and really take this seriously, it's an opportunity for that to come into a container that has this active inquiry, because as you said, Haben, when we commit to writing about inspired living or being an inspired entrepreneur, we deepen into, like, there's a dropping in, there's an embodiment of the message that takes place, because we might have our vision, our mission, like sort of in our mind, but to really drop into it and then ooze it out of our bodies, to just embody that message. That's what these books can do, alongside, of course, all the other benefits of being an international best-selling author and raising your credibility, your expert status, and your authority. So June 24th, go and grab a copy, sign up to our masterclass. And thank you again, Haben, for your time. I'm just so excited to share your message and the message of everyone in this book with the world. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Thank you.